Good morning and welcome to the pre-market show where we dissect the market and find all the poppers. Today is October 4th and it is a Friday. So let's see how the market is going to work today. The heat map's just changing over. Let's see what it looks like here. There we go. Let me run through the heat map real quick. It is Microsoft is up 0.32%, Apple's up 0.15%, Google's just flat 0%, Meta is up 0.33%. Amazon's up 1.81%. Now Google's up 0.40%. And Tesla is up 0.96%. And Nvidia is up 0.14%. So it does look like everything's bouncing back a little green. How are you this morning, laptop travel? And let's get cruising here and see what's going on. Looking like it's going to be some poppers happening, I think. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. Let's go ahead and hop through our Joe Lee's jumpers this morning and see how they're looking. Let me hop into there real quick. I know I just retweeted them, so they'll be right there. There we go. BLNK. That one I'm telling you is going to be rolling now. Let's see. BLNK. Let's see if it's doing anything today. Sometimes these aren't moving yet this morning. This one is not. Today's the 4th, but keep an eye on this BLNK. We know it's going to move. BURU. We know Nubaru is moving. It did jump up this morning. It looks like it did look like it did get up there too. It got up to 88 cents for you web bowlers there. You guys got that 84 or 88 cents. I mean, it's low as 54 and it's at 57 right now. So Nubaru, Buru jumped up. That was one that was on our list. And there you go. Exactly why I say you better be on the web bowl early in the morning. And because that's exactly the scenario you're looking at. EVGO, EVGO. I know we looked at this, I think last night or something. I forget when we looked at it, but it shot up yesterday. And then this morning it opened at 636. It got up to 640 and it's at 625. It's low as, let's see if EVGO has a little go in it, but I know we were looking at it and boom. Yeah, I mean, it's jumped up there pretty good in the top. It almost looks like it wants to stay up and keep running up there, EVGO. So keep an eye on that one for a little momentum play. INDO, that's that Indonesia energy. Let's see what they're up to this morning because it's jumped up the last few days. And today it is at 450. It opened at 453. Its high was 454. Its low is 441. It's sitting at 450 and it's just kind of running up there as well. It is not, it's just poking into the top right now. So it looks like it's going to want to run for a little more. And that's INDO JBDI. Let's see, JBDI. That looks like it's up this morning, curling up. That's a big fish hook right there. And let's see what's happening with it. That's giving me today's date. It opened at 98 cents. Its low is 93, and that's where it's sitting. So it seems that it went down. Let me just look because FinViz says this was today, right? Yeah, today it says that it's at 98, it's low. Okay. It opened at 94, it's at 97 or 98 right now. This one's saying it's at 93, mine. So I'm not sure, but it does have that big old fish hook and was trying to get up there and curl. And so we can keep an eye on JBDI, KXIN. Let's look at it. Is it down 5 cents today? I wouldn't doubt it that it ran up. It already ran up pretty high here because we looked at it the last few days and it's been running up before we mentioned it. KXIN. Let's see. It opened at 40. It got up to that 43 and its low is 37. It's sitting at 38 though, and but it did hit that top yesterday at 44. I would imagine it is coming down. I was saying that last night. It's definitely run up there quite a bit. TEV. I saw someone mention this one. We just went through this one, I think, the other day. As a matter of fact, wasn't this a hold on, I think this was an earnings one, wasn't it? Yeah, earnings right here, PEV. And boom, there you go. It just jumped up. We just went over it the other night. And there you go. It's way up there this morning, it looks like. Let's see what it's doing. It opened at $1, so it gapped up there to open, and it's at 89 cents right now. Its low is 84. So it gapped up yesterday. It closed yesterday at like 34 cents. So it popped big time, PEV, and we were just looking at that as well. PW, here we go. We were just looking at this one, Power Right, up 32 cents, and this one's still running up and looking strong in the top. And I think we did say that was going to be a strong one. And there you go, PW, and another one. I mean, we see every one of them before they run. Opened at 203 up to 229. Its low is 189 this morning. And there you go, a PW. That's that Power Right. Rivian, that one's pulled back this morning, and that's exactly what we want to see. It was getting down to the bottom. We were saying exactly that. And we're gonna wait for this bad boy to be perfect, and then we're gonna ride it up there. So Rivian, we know that that was pulling back, and we know when we're gonna get into that one. SND Smart Sand. Let's see what they're up to. They're giving out some dividends, it looks like, yesterday. So let's see what SND is doing here. And yesterday it did pop up on dividend day. It opened at 199, it got up to 247. Today it opened at 208 and it got up to 221. It's sitting at that 221 and looks pretty strong there, SND. So you can keep your eye on that one. It's crossed through, curled up, and trying to roll. So interesting one right there. And that's Smart Sand Inc. That's an oil and gas equipment service. So we know all them are moving. SPI, Spy Energy, that's up 5 cents. Looks like the energy sector is definitely moving here. And SPI, that one is opened at 54, got up to 56, and its low is 50. It's at 51 right now. So it is jumped up over that. So it's not too bad of a look. I could see SPY get SPI, not SPY, but SPI, SPY Energy. I could see it running up into the top there. VEV, Vicinity Motor. That looks like it ran up today and off a perfect spot, guys. So what was it? VEV. Oh yeah, it ran real nice right there. It was up yesterday. Today it opened at 18, got up to 24 cents, and it's at 19 cents, and it was looking good right there, and it was perfect up over to 50. It jumped from the 20 to the 50, real nice. WHLR. Let's see what this puppy's doing here. Let's see if it's doing anything this morning. It looks like it is. It opened at 1789. It got up to 1790, and its low is 1610. It's sitting at 1693. It just crossed through. And let's see what's happening here because it made that hard curl up. It ran up yesterday and the day before. It's kind of just sitting there in a good spot as it sets up and catches up to itself. And there you go. That is our Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. Greatly appreciate that as always. And let's just see the let's run through our Mag 7 real quick first. Luis Rodriguez will look at AMD, and then the video will be part of that group. AMD, I'm telling you, all these puppies look like they're good. They look like they want to roll off that MACD. I would wait for AMD. Looks like it's going to trade in between that 165 and the 20 is at 155. So you're probably going to hit that 165 area and possibly pull back. So maybe we're going to see, and I want to run through the Israeli aerospace and defense just to look and see how it looks. Um, you don't know what's going to happen over the weekend, so you better just be careful. And that's what I was going to say at the end of the show, but I'll say it right now as well. You have a lot of conflict going on over in the Middle East. So you have to be careful with that. That can set things off and make it weird at any moment. So you got to be careful riding these over the weekend. The dock worker strike did go on hold till January 15th, so that's one good thing. But again, we have a major escalation happening, war escalating. happening over in the Middle East there. So we have to be careful on what you're going to hold over the weekend. So AMD, I would kind of just wait for it. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And let's roll through and look at the other ones, the big Mag 7 here. Let's just see what the SPY's doing this morning. Should be up. Um, didn't look at it yet, but it is up $1.43, and I'm telling you, it's setting up beautifully. It is curled down, so they could pull back. You could see something crazy go on over the weekend, and these things could pull back. It could come down to that 565. So, like I said, just have to be careful over the weekend holding anything because you have no idea what's going to happen. So let's see what these big cappers are doing. The Mag 7, Nvidia is up 41 cents. It's at 123.26. And I'm telling you, it's rolling off. And we never thought this one was crossing down. And it looks super, super bullish to set up. So just keep an eye on it. And again, if you're not in them, I'd probably wait until over the weekend to see what they are going to do. And you should have been just kind of running in and out of them as we know they're going up and down anyway. Apple, another one up 52 cents, super super bullish there, but could pull back a hair depending on the weekend. So it's coming down and hitting the line. Will be interesting to see. AAPL, yeah, it's hitting the line perfect. So I'll watch that today to see if it wants to cross down. I'll post that one up. um Apple's right there. Google, let's see. Google is up 45 cents and trying to curl back up and move again, so that looks good. Um, Amazon, let's see Amazon. That is up $3 right there and looking much better. But again, I think it could just yesterday could have been its bottom, but just be careful over the weekend. It could pull back here on Monday. So trade these accordingly and be smart about them. Meta, it's probably way up $1.53. It's at 584.30. And again, it's way at the top there. So I would assume it's going to come out very soon. So be careful chasing that one up there. Microsoft, that was pulling back. It's up $1.41. So they're all up. This one's still pulling back on the MACD, just trying to crawl up today. And I have a feeling, like I'm saying, just be careful over the weekend. And Tesla, let's see, is up $2.16 at 242. And another one just crawled through, coming down and just looking good today. So be careful because there could be something major going down. So trying to remember what any of the Israeli aerospace and defense are, and I just can't even think of it. GAUZ, that was one of them. There we go. I got to it right there. Let me run through these real quick. Let me just pop up the other ones real fast. I can grab, there's only four of them, so we can get them really quick right there. And hold on one second. I'm just gonna run through and get our Israeli ones. ESLT. There's also PRZO, and then there was one other one, TATT. So here we go. Let's take a quick look at these bad boys. GAUZ, Aerospace and Defense for Israel. Crawled up right there. I mean, set up super bullish in like a week or two. So let me look at the other ones real quick. ESLT has a similar look right there. It's up at the moment, but kind of pulling back, but setting up super bullish for like a week or two away. Um, PRZO, that is super bullish and ran up the other day and looks like it wants to try to get back into the top a little bit. So this one's going to continue to move its way up, and it's at 71 cents. It's way lower than what we were looking at it before, because we were looking at it in the 50s, I think. PRZO, so that one is moving, and TATT, oh man, another similar look and very, very bullish. So maybe nothing's going to happen over the weekend, but they could just get pumped up real quick. This one looks a lot more set up quicker. TATT, ESLT, and GAUZ look like they have a couple days on them. So we'll see how that plays out. ESLT could go at any moment. PRZO could, and TATT. Let me just jot them down real quick. Give me 2 seconds to jot these down so I don't have to look them up again. TATT, PRZO, and ESLT, because we definitely want to keep an eye on them bad boys. I'll tell you that right now. And again, it don't look like they look like they're just kind of pulling back, and in a week or so, they're going to be all set up in the exact same spot. So we'll see what happens over there. And we'll keep our eye on it. But doesn't appear like they're doing anything over the weekend, but you just never know. So we'll look at it, and I'll keep that updated as the day goes on. We hit that mag 7 right there. Let me look at crypto. It was looking a little better. This morning, Bitcoin's back at 61,400 again, and it did stop pretty much right around the fifth, on that 50, around 60,000, making that base right there. And it is. I mean, it's pulled back and the MACD's going down. The RSI is trying to curl up. So it'll be interesting to see if it can hold itself up over the weekend. That's what we have to really look at. So Ethereum's at 2,380. And this one is just trying to make a base down there. But again, curled through, coming down, and just curled up today. I don't know if it's just a look to hold them up from really crashing down hardcore, or if they're really going to try to make a base right here. Solana is under the 50, and it is at what, 130, 139, and it's just trying to make a base, it looks like. I'm not sure. Like I said, we'll have to keep an eye on these guys today. Cardano is at 35 cents underneath the 50, was trying to bounce back up, but I don't think it's going to get through that 50. And they almost look like they're going to pull back a little bit more. So let's look at oh man, Bonk. I almost forgot the name of it there. BONK, because that one was the only one looking. Ah, yeah, that one came all the way from the 70 to the 50, and it's coming down to the line. I could see it crossing through, coming down, and crypto kind of pulling back a little bit more. So I will keep my eye on that. But that looks like it wants to try to set up. But again, we'll see if it wants to pull back, and just we'll go with that one, and I'll keep that updated throughout the weekend, because it's over the weekend it hasn't seemed to want to run at all, and maybe it's not going to run until at least the election, because it just keeps teetering. Obviously, it wants to run up there, get moving, and then it pulls back real hard, and then it tries to get set up and moving, and then it pulls back real hard. So there you go with that. Let's look at our laptop lowdowns. Let me get to them bad boys right here. Let me find my laptop lowdowns real fast. Here we go. Let's look at BDMD. We were looking at that one last night. Actually, it was still on my chart this morning. I was looking at it when we even stopped, and I was saying, look at this bad boy for if it wants to bounce first thing in the morning, because it was way down there. I don't even know if it's moving. It's not moving on FinViz. Let me look. BDMD. No, it don't even have today's date, so I don't know if it's not moving yet. So, we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. And we'll just look and see what's going on here with BMD, because it is not moving on either chart yet. So I don't see it doing anything. But let's look at EDBL. That was at Edible. That one was just kind of pulling back there. Let me see if it's doing anything this morning. EDBL. Let's just take a look. That is yesterday's data, 21 cents, but it is just pulling back right there. Not looking bad. So we're watching that one. CETX, another one just pulling back. That is today's date. It looked like it opened at 202, ran up like 3 cents to 205, came back down to 180, and it's at 190 right now. So we're just watching that one pull back right there. LGCB. I know we've been looking at this. This one's hitting that line right there. I would be surprised if it doesn't want to move. Has yesterday's date. Let me see this setup. LGCB. Yeah, it's like hitting that line. Oh, it's hitting in that spot where they could pull back. I don't know though. This one's a tough one. It's not opened up yet or doing anything. It almost looks like it wants to get through Linkage Global, but I'm not really sure. that it will. I want to keep an eye on that. It's not doing anything this morning. I wish it was, because it would definitely give us that idea. And again, it's right there where it's hitting the line. So maybe that little jump up, yes. No, it didn't even really jump up. It just been coming down really. So I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on this LGCB because it's right there, but it's trying to be tricky, I'll say. ADTX, that's up 24 cents. That's that one that had that split. Let me see what the numbers are on my end because it'll be more accurate. ADTX opened at 195 and got up to 233. Its low is 188. And I told you guys on Web Bull to keep an eye on this guy in the morning, but everybody can keep an eye on it. It did split. Maybe it comes back down a little bit more. It has that hard line. I'll have to keep an eye on ADTX today and just see what it wants to do. It obviously ran up some. I think it's at like 215 area, but yeah, it's just setting up right there, hitting that MACD, but it's in that spot where it also could come down. It recently split. We know they don't run very long, so and it's going to be a weekend, so it's a lot of stuff going on right there. Mullen, MULN, that looks like it might be up a little bit. Let's see. That is today's date. It opened at 259. It got up to 260. It's actually down to 254 right now, and it got down to 251. So Mullen just kind of pulling back a little bit and just running flat down there. And that one is a crazy one, of course. BNOX, let's see. Oh, that one's way down there. That took a nice dip. BNOX. Let me see that one. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on BNOX. That one's a nice one to keep an eye on and see if it wants to try to bounce. It's not doing anything yet, but I would like to see that for sure. ONCT. Let's see, ONCT. Let's see what you're doing this morning because oh, it's not doing anything. I thought it was. It was looking pretty good right there. ONCT's looking pretty decent. I mean, I guess we might have to wait for that 20 to come down. So yeah, ONCT. I think we might have to wait. It just crossed through. Well, it crossed through. It's running up. It's in the basement. It should curl, but we know that look has to wait for it. So we can just wait for that bad boy. VMAR. That's getting close though. That one's been running up. 20's down to 90. This is at 52. It looked closer than it was. So we might have to keep an eye on that one. VMAR and FBRX. Let's see that guy. FBRX just pulling back there as well. So we'll just wait for that reversal sign and we'll catch it. It did split recently, but so yeah, we'll look at that. Wasn't that recent. It was August 28th, but it looked more recent than it was. And but yeah, that one's in the basement, curled down. We'll just watch it pull back. That'll be one to keep an eye on down the road. And that's at Fort Bioscience. MTNB, let's see it. This one is getting in a really good spot. MTMB. We may have to keep an eye on this bad boy to be a runner for next week. So that one's looking decent. MTNB. And I'll write that one down right there. And there is our laptop lowdowns. Let me take a look at what else we're looking at over here. Um, oh, we had a couple more Jolie jumpers right there. BENF. I didn't even see them pop up. I was just in the zone looking at this stuff. BENF up 40 cents. Huh, that one is cruising this morning. I think we even looked at this a couple weeks ago. But BENF, there you go. It opened at 144. It got up to 179. It's at low is 139. It's at 158. And yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. It is hitting that 50 right there around 192, but doesn't look too bad this morning. So that could continue if you want to keep your eye on it. And CNC. NCNC, NoCo Inc. This is a Singapore company with a wild name, huh? NoCo. They are up 9 cents. This thing jumped up this morning. Let me look at it. NCNC. Oh, let me take that in off. Yeah, it definitely jumped up big time this morning. It opened at 14, got up to 26, and it's sitting at 23. So that definitely is a runner this morning, but it ran right up into the top. So you're going to have to be careful about that. And SNAL, let's see what that's up to. That's Snal Inc. Let's see if it's moving. It did. It crossed right through. This one probably would have caught us off guard. I don't know if we would have saw that happening, but it did jump up this morning. It opened at 83. It got up to 88. It's low and sitting at 83 right now. So it jumped up and came back down and but not looking bad. It did close yesterday at what? 72, so it gapped up like 10 cents this morning. So it is up, but it ran up and it came back to where it opened at and it's just sitting there like a snail. So there you go with SNAL, and that's our Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much. And let's take a look real quick and see what's happening on the news. Everything mostly looks green. Just a couple other like JP Morgan and Lilly look red are the only two that are really just kind of jumping out, to be honest, and nothing crazy. Lilly Ellie, and they're just barely down. So mostly green market for a Friday. And again, the dock workers strike went on pause, and I don't think anything happened over in the Middle East that was crazy. And we just went through the Israeli aerospace and defense. They look like they're setting up for like a week or two away. So you know they like to catch people sleeping, and they will. Jobs reports on deck. So there you go. We'll wait for that bad boy. Stock futures rise slightly as Wall Street awaits September's jobs report. U.S. stock futures edge up before the jobs report, and oil rises. And investors fearing a scary start to October should focus instead on Friday's job report. So there you go. If you were spooked about October start, think about today's job report. That'll be coming out. So that was our news right there. And let's see what else is going on real quick. I'll tell you what the ones trending on StockTwits, Rivian, EVGO, PLTR just keeps going higher. TIGR, we looked at that the other day. It just keeps going up as well. That one's crazy. That's a Singapore one, but it's at the top. I didn't even think it would run up more yesterday, but it sure did. And that was TIGR. Amazon, ACMR. Let's look at that. ACM Research. That did jump up some today. So, and setting up to be super bullish. That's a semiconductor equipment and materials. Might want to jot that one down. ACMR, never heard of it, but we'll look at it. LNW is up. JetBlue, JBLU. What is drag? That's up. Let's see what that's about. Round Hill China Dragons ETF. It looks like it just started today. So I guess Brown Hill China drag is, I have no idea what that is. It's an ETF, obviously, and it just started. And APOG, didn't they have their earnings today, aren't they? And it is up, I believe. Let's see, APOG. APOG is up on that earnings. It was a hard one to tell last night. I know I was looking at it and not even sure what I said about it, but I said it was probably going down. It jumped up, so I was way off on that one as well. And so you can't get them all, but yeah, it was just sitting there. You couldn't really tell what it was going to do, and clearly it was moving this morning. You can get up and see that it is moving APOG, and that was the only earnings one. And it opened at 68.75, got up to 73, and that's where it's sitting at its high right now. So. Actually says it's 74.29 over here. This one says 73, so I'm not exactly sure. But Finviz and mine say two different numbers, but it did move APOG, and I think we'll have to start looking and going through all the earnings ones at night because that's pretty fun doing that. And they like to move. Not many of them go down on the earnings a whole lot, I guess, when they're set up like this and that 20 and that hardliner meeting. Should have known something was going to happen, but just a weird look. And I couldn't really get a solid look. I just said I'd take a guess at it. And that was my guess, and it was off. And again, I'll never be perfect. So There you go. And at least I can be honest with everybody and tell you that. So when I look at something, I'm just telling you what I see. And that's that for APOG. So yeah, let's look at the market real quick and just see what's happening. Again, everything's pretty green. Amazon's way up there looking nice for us. So we did our Jolie's jumpers, our laptop lowdowns. We ran through our crypto. Hopefully, you can base out and it's not really dipping down more. Our Mag 7 is setting up, but I'd be careful over the weekend, obviously. Let's go through and see what anybody else wants to look at real quick. VTNR, let's look at that bad boy. Um, Down a little bit this morning, it looks like, but it's curling up. Let me pull it up on mine. I'll get a better idea for us. VTNR. Let's look. October 4th, opened at 13. It did pull back, but it's curling up really nice right there. I mean, it's trying to curl up. Just it ran up and then started to pull back a little bit. Has that hard support behind you. We'll have to keep an eye on it because it's going to set up for next week. It's an energy one, Vertex Energy, and we will keep an eye on it. It's just pulling back a little bit. BDMD and Edible are both trading. Yeah, that's the thing on I don't always get a look at them. So mine's usually more accurate, my charts, and but I know the Web Bull probably has charts that are really accurate because they're running at 4 a.m. So they're probably the most accurate charts out of everything. Um, but yeah, mine just says October 3rd and doesn't even give me anything for today for BDMD. And then if I go to FinViz, it just says $5 and it's just sitting there not doing anything as well. And it gives me yesterday's date. So I don't get a look at either that one on either of them. And Edible, the same thing, flat on FinViz, not saying it's moving. And let me just see if it is, and then gives me yesterday's date too for the thing. I don't doubt that they're not trading, but it's just I don't get a look at them at all. And mine usually tells me what it's trying to do in the morning. But again, I'll look that up this weekend and see what Web Bulls charts look like and stuff because I could always add that up on my screen and hop into there for our pre-market. Really didn't think about it to be honest with you, so I'll check into that and just look at it. And Buffett always told me when you are trading stocks, never hold money or stocks during a war over a weekend. And he is absolutely right. And we know that Laptop Travel has had lunch and knows Warren Buffett, so and has been trading for very long. Like I said, Laptop Travel is very knowledgeable in the market. He knows what goes on. So yeah, I would keep a eye on things, but I wouldn't be holding over the weekend because, like I said, it's hard to tell what's going on. We went through the Israeli aerospace and defense ones as well, and like I said, they are setting up for like another week or two away, but you just never know. Edible, yeah, there you go. It is down 5.5%. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull them up. So there you go. Thanks, Laptop Travel. I'm just gonna post that out real quick. There's the edible chart, and I believe that is from Webbull. Let me know where you pulled that chart from. I couldn't really tell. I was just looking at it real quick. I didn't see if it said where it was, if it was Trading View or where. But yeah, wherever they're live at, I'll pull up the screen and look at them for sure. You know that. So I just look at them on mine, and FinViz has been way off now since Web Bull's been crazy at 4 a.m. But I'll try to get a more accurate look for these bad boys in the morning. That sounds good to me. I love it. So there you go. I think we got everything. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. And I think I got everybody. And that was Web Bull. Thank you, Laptop Travel. So there we go. I will pull up the Web Bull charts today, as a matter of fact, and start looking into it and see if I even have to, if I have to sign, I'll sign up for an account. It doesn't really matter. I know Laptop Travel posted out the link. I can do that, and then I'll have the charts up on my screen so that we have that live look because they're the ones that are moving at 4 a.m. And even at 7 a.m., you see like EDBL and other ones that we just went through. They don't give me that look. They're going to have that look on Webbull. We're going to know what's going on. So there you go. That's a great idea. Don't know why I didn't think about that before, but here we go. We just solved that problem. And I like solutions. There we are. So I will definitely be looking at that this weekend. And let me know what you guys want to look at today. I'll be around, obviously. I'm just kind of monitoring this market to see what's going on. Like I said, I don't think that the Mag 7 are really ready to get crazy yet. Oh, wait, hold on. We have to look at the yin and the yang real fast. I totally forgot. Let's look at them. Yin is up $5. Holy cat, this thing's gonna run up a little higher. That's crazy. And that's why I wasn't jumping into the yang yet, but it is at 275 and it opened at 272. It got up to 278 and now it's at 275. So it keeps coming down and that is crazy. So and the yin just came up on top of the resistance and now it's sitting on top of it like it wants to keep going up higher. But again, I could imagine over the weekend that this thing wants to try to reverse right there. So, and here you go, laptop travel. I just reposted the link for Webbull, and I am going to check that out as well because again, we need them live charts and we can be trading at 4 a.m. So there we go. And that is our pre-market. Let me know if you guys want to see anything today. Greatly appreciate everybody hanging out. Laptop travel, Asian Jolie, thank you for your Jolie jumpers every morning and the laptop lowdowns. Mike Drancalo, Steve Stinson, there's Roy Rodriguez right there, MMAMMS, and Kenny, how are you? I did see somebody did send a quick message. Let me just see what that was. Oh, Zom, hold on, we have a couple. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. BITF, let's look at them. Bit Farms. And that one's just pulling back to the line. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that one with the crypto. I know that for a fact. So it's just giving us that look like it doesn't know what it wants to do. AKTS, let's see that one real quick. Let me pull that up on my chart. AKTS. Yeah, I pulled up my charts thinking they'd be so great and live, and then now 4 a.m. Web Bull throws that all off. But AKTS is just kind of flat for me at 8 cents. Not saying it's doing anything. Has a little healthy pullback look from yesterday, but nothing really bad. And UAVS, yeah, now I'm excited to do get the Webbo ones on because you know that they're definitely live. UAVS, that's at what is it? AG Eagle Aerial. Let's take a look. UAVS. That one's just kind of pulling back down there right now still. So just got underneath of its support. So we'll wait and keep an eye on that. That'll be a good one. And let's look at good old Zom. Let's see what. Ooh, that one's gonna set up actually. It's not right. It is trying to curl up right there. Maybe it might run up a little bit today. It looks decent, but it's not ready to actually get cruising next week. I think Zom might be a good one right there. And there you go, S. And so there we go. I would say that's our pre-market. Everything looks pretty green. And crypto is just sitting still, looking better than it did yesterday, but we're going into a weekend. We don't know what's going on, and we'll keep an eye on everything. So let me know if you want to look at anything and what you're checking out today. I'll keep you posted and updated on the market. Have a great Friday, everybody. Lock in those profits, trade smart, and definitely be careful if you're holding anything over the weekend. Think about that one. So there you go. Have a great day, and I will catch everybody later. Thank you for checking us out, and I will see you soon.